the huddle at the end of practice that you felt it was kind of flat? What was undesirable today about?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing, we're kind of pushing through, and it's that time of camp, and I think we're fortunate that a lot of times with teams it'll happen on the third day, and so we're deeper into it than that, and part of it has to do with the fact we're in pretty good shape over the off season. But you know, I mean, it happens. But and I didn't think we were bad, but we were flat. You know, I mean, there's a point to where there needs to be a little more excitement, having more fun out there, and this is the very purpose of two-a-days and heat and camp. Is because you know everybody's deliberately sore. I mean, we've deliberately ran them hard and gotten them sore so that you know they develop the skills to be tough and push through adversity and to execute when they're tired. And we're well on our way to doing that. And the one thing I am pleased with is we got as many practices in before we hit a day like this.
When you kind of first came into WSU, Jeff Toole and Connor Halliday kind of split time a little bit. Is that an option this year, or do you really want to narrow it down to one guy?
I'd like to narrow it down to one guy. That's always awkward if you have to do that. So I'd like to narrow it down to one guy.
What's the hardest decision you had to make for the starting job, and how does this stack up?
Well, this is as tough as any because we have three. You know, we have three guys that are all competing pretty hard and they're all playing pretty well.
Was there a QB competition at Tech or anywhere else you've been that's comparable where you've had two or three guys that were this tight?
Generally it was two. I'm trying to think. I'd have to think about that. But let's see, the first year, no. The second year, it was two, and our two was really good. As a matter of fact, he eventually set the national record for yards in a season. Then I ran into, let's see, maybe that time I had three of them that were pretty tight between Cumbie, Hodges, and Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson eventually played tight end. Caught the winning touchdown against A&M. It was awesome. Well, usually it's two. You know, the unique thing about this is we have three of them that are comparable and they're really battling it out.
Mike, you mentioned two-a-days. Are you referring to a session at LC in the morning? Or?
What's that?
You mentioned two-a-days is the term you use. Are you guys having a session at LCSC?
Yeah, we have a walkthrough. The walkthrough in the meeting. Yep.
How did you kind of evaluate the QBs today? It seemed like all three had good moments at times.
I thought they were very tight. I think that you know, I think Tinsley's got a consistency. Gordon's got an explosiveness, and Gardner gets better and better the more reps he gets. Kind of a combination, you know, exhibits a combination of both. You know, in the midst of what he does. So yeah, they're all three doing a lot of really good stuff.
Tay called Gordon a little bit more of a gunslinger than the other two. I see it that way as well.
Yeah, he has some explosives. He'll fire it down there. Sometimes he'll jeopardize the ball, but he'll get some big plays for sure.
NCAA today passed a college basketball rule that kind of allows players who declare to come back to school. Would you like to see something like that happen for football, where a junior declares and if they don't get drafted, they're allowed to come back?
No, I think it's ridiculous. I think if you know, you're either on or off. You know, you're either committed to play college or you're committed to play in the professionally. You know, I mean, I don't think nobody needs a bunch of guys wallowing around thinking about what they're going to do. They're either in or they're out. That's how I think it should be.